Let's move with the part 1. The rise of William Shakespeare from humble beginnings to legendary playwright. William Shakespeare's story is one of his struggle, passion, and unmatched creativity. Born in 1564 in the quiet town of the Stanford upon Avon, he was the son of the glove maker John Shakespeare and Mary Arden, a farmer's daughter. His family was not wealthy, but they valued hard work and community respect. A curious mind in a small town. Young William was different, actually. While other boys played, he observed pupils' emotions, the way they spoke, and the stories they told. Stratford had no theatres, but travelling actors often performed in the streets. These performances fascinated him, planting the seeds of his future. At school, he studied Latin, history, and thirdly, poetry. Though he didn't attend university, his education gave him the tools to craft stories that would last centuries. He devoured tales of the ancient Rome and Greece, drawing inspiration from legends that would later shape his plays. Family struggles and early responsibilities, which is our next chapter. Life was not easy, actually. His father's financial troubles forced William to grow up quickly. By 18, he fell in love with the Anne Hathaway, a woman 8 years his senior. When Anne became pregnant before marriage, society's judgment loomed over them. They married quickly, and soon William was the father of three Susanna and twins Hamlet and Judith. With a family to support, he faced a critical question: how would he provide for them? The mysterious lost years. Between 1585 and 1592, history loses track of his silence. Some say he worked as a teacher, others believe he joined a traveling theatre group. One theory suggests he fled Stratford after poaching deer from a wealthy estate. Whatever the truth, when he reappeared, he was in London, ready to conquer the world of theatre. London, the birth of the legend. London in the 1590s was alive with ambition. Theatres thrived, and Shakespeare, with no connections or money, started as a lowly actor. But he had something greater, which was his talent. He began writing plays, first comedies to entertain, then deeper works that explored human nature. Not everyone welcomed him open handedly. Robert Greene, a famous playwright, mocked him as an upstart crow. But criticism only fueled Shakespeare's determination. The Plague and a Turning Point, which is our next chapter. In 1593, a disaster struck. The plague shut down theatres, leaving Shakespeare without work. Instead of giving up, he wrote poetry, Venus and Adonis, and the Rape of Lucerne, which earned him fame and fortune. Even Queen Elizabeth I admired his work. When theatres reopened, he returned stronger. By 1595, he joined the Lord Chamberlain's men and acting troupe that would make him a star. His plays, Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Richard III, captivated audiences. But his greatest achievement was yet to come. The Globe Theatre, a stage for genius. In 1599, Shakespeare and his company built the Globe Theatre. It became the heart of his legacy. Here he staged Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, and King Lear plays so powerful they still resonate today. By the early 16th, Shakespeare was rich, respected, and performing for kings. But his journey was not just about fame, it was about proving that a small town boy could change the world with words. Let's move to the part 2, which is Shakespeare's immortal legacy. That is how one man's words can last so long. After achieving fame, wealth, and royal favor, Shakespeare faced new challenges, which was how would his story remember him? The King's Man and the Royal Recognition. When Queen Elizabeth I died in 1603, many feared theatre would decline. Instead, King James I adored Shakespeare's work. He granted his company a royal title, the King's Man, elevating them to perform for England's elite. This was Shakespeare at his peak because he wrote Macbeth to honor King James' Scottish lords, King Lear to explore family betrayal, and The Tempest as a farewell to the stage. His later works were darker, wiser, reflecting a man who had seen life's highs and lows. Let's move to the next chapter, which is retirement and final years. In 1611, Shakespeare shocked London by retiring. He returned to Stratford, buying New Palace, one of the town's grandest homes. There he enjoyed quiet days with his family, though his mind never stopped creating. But in 1616, tragedy struck. After a dinner with friends, he fell ill. Within days, the greatest writer in history was gone. He was just 52 of age. A legacy that never dies, which is our upcoming chapter. Shakespeare was buried in Stratford, but his words refused to fade from the history. His friends preserved his plays, ensuring future generations would hear his voice. Today, his influence is everywhere. Language phrases like break the ice, heart of gold, and wild goose chase came from him. Literature, which is his works are translated into every major language. Next, culture. Films, music, and modern stories still borrow from his plots. Let's move on the ultimate lesson, which we can get from the Shakespeare's dream. Shakespeare's life teaches us that greatness isn't about where you start; it's about passion and persistence. Which means because he was a nobody from a small town, a father who struggled to feed his family, A writer who faced ridicule but never quit. And yet, 400 years later, his name is immortal. Your turn to make history. If you have a dream, whether it's writing, acting, business, or anything else, remember Shakespeare's journey. Success is not handed to you, it's built with courage to start. Resilience is to keep going. Faith that your voice matters. The world needs your story. Will you let fear silence you, or will you, like Shakespeare, rise above and leave your mark? Let's move to the final words, which I can narrate from this story. Shakespeare's lives proves that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things. His words still inspire because they speak to the human heart. Now it's your turn. Dream boldly, first of all. Work tirelessly and make things possible. And who knows that centuries from now the world might remember your name too. All the world stage and all the men and women merely players. William Shakespeare. Thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I will see you next time.